Okay, this next video, we're going to be working on the bracket design located on page 66 of your book. So it's chapter 6, page 6. So this is the bracket design. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our template that you should have created and handed in. And then we're going to use that template for all of our layers, so we don't have to create our layers separately. If you haven't done that already, you should go ahead and look at the template videos in order to create that. So I already have my template layer open, but let me close it down and let's see how we open it. So I go to File, New, and then from this menu, instead of choosing Create New Drawing, I choose a template. I can go to Browse, and then I just have to browse to find it. So I need to go to my Documents directory, and then I have it in my Massasoit class files. And there's my layers template. So now I open this up, and when I click here, I see I have all of my layers. So I'm going to start off with my construction layers, as I said. And in this particular drawing, we're actually going to start with the world at a world coordinate spot of 3, 2. So I'm going to start at a construction point. So I choose my construction line, and for my first point, I just type 3, 2, enter, and I make a horizontal line, and I can see I don't have my tracking on. Let's see what we have here. We want to be set there. We can be set for polar snap. So I choose my construction line, type 3, 2. I get my vertical line, my horizontal line. Okay, so now, and if you want to follow along the book, this is on page 6-8. We're going to use offset, and we're going to create a line that's 2.875 over vertically. So 2.875. We're going to choose this line and paste or click, and then back 1.625 and 0.875. So again, offset 1.625, enter. So we click here, and we want to move the line this way. And then offset 0.875, click, offset 0.875, enter, click here, and move back that way. And then another one 2 inches to the right. So type 2, enter, click here, offset, and then 1.5, or actually we can do 1 and then 0.5. So we type 1, we click here and move over that way, and then 0.5 from this one. So we hit escape, we do another offset by 0.5, enter, click here, and move over by 0.5. Okay, as we move up, we're going to do an offset by 1 up. So we have 1 offset up, and then 5.75 and 4.5. So we can do 4.5 and that's up from the bottom. And then 5.75 up from the bottom. And then 1.75 down from the top here. And if you're not looking at the book, the reason this is being done this way might appear a little confusing. But these are the way the numbers are given in the book. And then again 1.75 down from here. So this is the reason it has to be done in this method. Okay, so once we do that, we're going to go to our object lines. And then we're going to start here, and we're going to draw this. And the neat thing about this is that this is going to actually draw out rather easily and rather quickly. So we're going to start in this lower corner, and let's just take a look at the drawing again. So we're basically going to start here, and we're going to draw up. So we're going to draw up 5.75, and then over a ½ inch, and then down 4.75, over by 1.5, down, and complete the box. And that's basically done simply by doing this. So we start here, we're going up 5.75, over by a ½ inch, down 4.75, over by 1 inch, down, and back. And that's it. Now we can come over here and start drawing in the rest. Now, over here, let's start first by drawing in this 1.625 box here. Then let's come up to 3.5 inches to this point. We're going to stop there for a minute. We're going to come up over here to this point. Now, we have a couple of circles, and so we have a diameter of 1.75, and that's going to be located at 2.875, and this point here If the top of this, if this is 5.75, that means this is 4. This outer radius is, that's a little difficult to read, but it's 1.75. And because that's 1.75, that means that this whole length is 3.5. So we can put it in a circle of diameter 3.5. That's located, let's see where that's located. It's going to be located at (2.875 inches over), and then 5.75 minus 1.75, so 4. So 4 in height, 2.875 from this corner. And do we actually have a spot for that? I don't know that we do, but perhaps we do. Let's see. I'm just going to draw a dummy line here. That's 4.5. No, so we don't. We don't have a line. Actually, is this line 4? Line is 4. 4 and 2.875. So right there, that's our line for the center mark for the circle. So we can do a circle of diameter 1.75, and then another circle with a diameter of 3.5. Right there. And let's see if this is coming out right. It looks like it's too short. 5.75. Properties. Let's see what we have here. Diameter should be 3.5, which brings it out to there. I don't know. I'm not sure why it came out as some other dimension. That diameter is 1.75. Okay. By the way, I'm going to change the object lines color. It's a little difficult to see. So I'm going to make it a lighter blue. I'm going to make it the cyan. The darker blue is, well, you can choose what you like. Now notice how it's difficult to see, it seems, whatever color blue we make it. But we have a solution. If you remember, we talked about the line weight. If we turn on the line weight, these lines become nice and thick. And then we can see this much better. So let's just do that. So we turn on the line weight. Okay, so Let's complete this drawing now. I guess we have one other circle, don't we? So we have another circle here, and that diameter is 0.625. So let's put this circle in. 0.625. Enter. Okay, so we have to take a line here, and then we're going to snap to a tangent. So we choose snap to a tangent and put that in. Then we're going to actually, we can go ahead and put another line in here at, let's see, are we given an angle for that line? Yes, we're given a 30-degree angle. So what we can do is we can come over here for our tracking settings and set, so we'll have a tracking line that will be 30 degrees, or actually it's, from here it's going to be actually 150 degrees, 120 degrees. And we can snap on that construction line and then bring it over and snap to a tangent there. Now once we do that, we can then start trimming off the pieces that we don't need. So let's select trim, and we can choose this, we can choose that, and we can hit enter, and that allows us to trim that off. And then the other thing we need to do, we have this dimension here, which we have to show that something happens over here. So you have to bring that over to here. Now we have to show hidden lines showing that there's something going on in this part where the top of the holes exist and the bottom of the holes. So let's choose our hidden lines, and I've got to check that. I don't think my hidden line was supposed to be white. Hidden line should be cyan. Let's go back to my layer properties. You won't actually see this because I'll make a video to correct this. Alright, so my hidden line is cyan. And now we can draw the hidden line. So we can just take this and make sure we have our object snap reference lines going. There we go. Bring this line over like so. Oh, I must have hit dimension instead of line. Bring that line over from the top of this. And what do we see? We see we put this circle in the wrong spot. This circle doesn't belong here. It belongs centered down here. So we need to move this down to that point. So now we take this circle. We need to transfer this hidden line over there. Again, we don't hit the mouse button until we get to the edge on this side, and then transfer it over. And again, we don't hit the mouse button until we get to this side, transfer it over. And then finally, we need to show a hidden line right here. Do we? Oh, sorry, right here. At this point, to transfer this over. The reason we have to show a hidden line over here is because of this change right here. We don't show one at the top because there's nothing to show. You actually have a cut there anyway. Okay, so that takes care of that portion of the drawing. The next thing we have to do is we have to start adding the radius edges. So to add the radius edges, we're simply going to use our fillet. So we choose our fillet. Oh, that's our explode. Choose our fillet. And then we want to choose our radius. So we come down here and we type R space 0.25. And then we can type M for multiple. We can click on this edge and this edge. And this edge and this edge. This edge and this edge. Now this one sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. It depends how you put the corner in. Yeah, okay, so I got this one right. This edge and that edge. If you actually made this box first, then you might not get the fillet here. Or you would actually get an open line there. Actually, I think we do have that. So I think we have to put in a little bit of a change there. We'll take care of that in a second. All right, so let's hit escape. Let's do that now. So see, if I blow that up, we have an open line. So we just have to make sure we can select this and then pull this down to the corner there. And now we have to put in a fillet here for a 0.5 inch radius. So again, we choose fillet, type, come down here, type R.5, enter, and then type this edge, and, oh, must have missed something. Fillet, R.5, enter, type that edge and that edge. Okay, so there we have the part. All right, so now we need to dimension this. In order to dimension this, if we go back and take a look at our dimensionings, they show the dimensioning as you see it here, but I believe, and I just want to check this. Yeah, as you look in the book, they want to have you dimension this in fractional dimensions. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to follow what the book asks for. So although they show it like this, the book then talks about using fractional dimensions in order to dimension it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our format dimension style. We're going to modify this. And actually what they want us to do, they want us to choose a new dimension style, call it mechanical, Start with the standard. On primary units, the unit format will be fractional. The precision will be 1/16 of an inch. Fractional format will be horizontal. Let's see, under fit, we should have used overall scale of 1. Under the text tab, our text height should be 0.125. Under the lines tab, oh, I got an extra period in there. Okay, so under the lines tab, the extend beyond dimension lines should be 0.125. Under symbols and arrows, arrow size should be 0.125. So what you see here is that we're basically making we're customizing the dimensions for this particular drawing. We're going to choose a center line and make it 0.125. So then we're going to choose OK, and then we're going to choose set current for this dimension, and then we're going to hit close. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and dimension this. So we're going to choose my dimension layer. Actually, I guess we can do our center lines first. We do our center line. So we go into our center lines and we click on. Actually, we should undo that, right? Because when we want to choose our center lines, we generally always want to choose our outside circle. We should choose this circle. And then choose our center line. Nope, that's not our center line. We choose our center line. And we choose this circle. And then we also want to make a center line here. So let's see. I'm tracking from that edge, and I'm going to start 0.5 inches away, and then I'm going to make the total length 1.5. So let me explain what I did here. I know that this width is 0.5 inches because I remember that, and if I need to, I could go back and look at the drawing. This width is 0.5 inches. So I started here, and then I did a track. I didn't hit my mouse button. I did a track so that the line would start out here. So it would start 0.5 inches out. So I made my length of this line 1.5 inches, which means I start 0.5 inches out. I'm 0.5 inches through this part, and then I'm another 0.5 inches on the other side. So I know I have a symmetrical line throughout this part. Okay, so to finish the dimensioning, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to choose my dimension lines, and then I'm going to first dimension this. I'm going to choose those two right there, 7/8 of an inch. And then I can choose from here, and I can choose from there, 2 7/8. I can choose here to there. 4.5. And what am I doing wrong? Does anyone notice? I'm dimensioning in the center layer. And actually that one I chose line. So let me do this. Let me come back here, take these 3 dimensions, select them all, and move them to the dimensions layer. Okay, so now I want to choose my dimensions layer, continue dimensioning. So we have this 1 5/8. We have this, and I should do it this way because that way I can track it better. One and a half. I'm not sure why that flew all the way over there. Move that back. And we have 5 3/4. Oh, and that happened again. Very strange. And actually, I probably should have done this a while ago. I'm going to turn off my construction lines because I really don't need them. And there's my 1/2 inch there. And 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And there it is. The part is fully dimensioned. Should make sure that you save it. And you can simply call this bracket design. And there you have it. And then if you need to or want to, you can turn off the dimension weights. So you can see how the dimension weights help you with the colors as you are on this black background. Having the object lines dark blue at first seems like it's difficult to look at, but by making the line weights thicker, it becomes much easier to see. And that's the end of this video.